Rifle in by Slimani.
What a goal from George Bulldog! Finished by Ollie McBurney.
What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to the Blades Ramble. We're doing something a little bit different this time. This season, we're going to be doing match previews and we're welcoming on guests from other fan channels. So, obviously, with our big kickoff coming up this Saturday, we don't feel ready, do we? But hopefully neither do they. So, I'm going to find out whether that's the case as I welcome in Tristan from CPFC Vlogs. How's it going, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good. Can't wait for the season to get started. It's been ages. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, we're looking forward to it in some ways. In other ways, it's coming a little bit too early for us, if we're honest. But you know, we'll see. I've just got a few bits to run by you today, Tristan, just as I try and get to the bottom of what Palace are all about at the minute, what we've got in store for us on Saturday. First thing I wanted to ask was, how do you rate your summer window so far?
So far, a couple of weeks ago, I would have given it not even a 1 because we only made one signing, Jefferson Lerma. He was signed back in May. Recently, we signed Matthias França, I think I said his name right, 25 million euros, and that, to be fair, so it's a lot of money, but he's a promising player. He's got a bright future ahead of him in that as well. You're lucky because he's not going to be available for this weekend. He's got a slight injury, which could keep him out for a couple games, maybe more, and that, to be fair, in that. But yeah, just got to do with the best with what we got. But yeah, we've also signed Lewis Hall from Chelsea on a season-long loan. He signed a 5-year deal with Chelsea. He's coming to us on loan for the 23-24 campaign. So it's a decent buy on that. He could play left back, midfield, and left wing for us and that as well. So yeah, that's definitely been confirmed. Fabrizio Romano announced it a couple of days ago. So I'd probably say 5 out of 10. But we need more players. We need a striker. We need a couple wingers. We've been interested in the likes of Nonto and Somerville. We especially push the top 10, which is the club's number one aim in that, I'd say as well.
For people that look at your club outside in, like myself, they'll see the big news of the summer is that you've lost Wilf. Zaha's gone to Galatasaray. He's obviously known to be your talisman. Elise, rumoured with moves away, and I think he's out injured, isn't he, for the weekend, which is...
He's out for the next month. He could be out till the end of September. He had a torn hamstring, so it takes a while to recover. But he's been doing well. He's been training in the gym and that, and running on the machines and that. So he seems like he could be back in the next 3 to 4 weeks, hopefully. But 50-50, touch and go.
Do you think that that's probably a bit of a blessing in disguise for you, because it might mean that he don't get a move and you keep him, doesn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, he'd be good to keep.
So the main man that most of us will be aware of is Eze. And I want to know from a man who will have seen him play many times, how do we stop him? How do we stop Eze? He ripped us to pieces last time. So
if I was your manager, I'd put maybe 2-3 guys on him. I'm not going to lie. Like, he's that good. He's dribbling, he's moving, his technical ability, glides past. But he's not even that quick. That's the funny thing. He just has this ability to just glide like past the defense with quality and sheer finesse. The guy he's just getting better and better. You know, it took him a while to sort of find his feet at Palace. Then he had that major injury a couple of years ago where he was out for 6 months, came back a bit too soon, in my opinion. He should have been out for maybe 8 to 9 months. Then he took a while to kind of get back to his best. Then obviously last season, 10 goals for a cam. That's pretty decent, to be fair. Some of the goals he was scoring, from long range, his passing, his link-up play with Elise, hence to why I want us to keep Elise, which I think we will, since the rumours of him going to Chelsea have died down. But talking about Eze, you just got to double up on him. Eze is very calm and composed. That's what I like about him. This guy, in the next couple of years, he could be a massive player for us, from where we potentially want to end up as a club, to be fair. So he's that good, man. He's an amazing player. He's completely stepped up, and I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Amazing.
None of that comes as a surprise, unfortunately, to me. We're obviously coming up against him. It seems to me like he will not necessarily fill Zaha's boots, but I think he'll step up in his absence and take on that extra responsibility and perform for you. I expect him to have a really big season, to be honest. Just as long as it starts after Saturday, then I'm cool with that. So, any strengths and weaknesses in your team? And what are your strengths as a side? Where could we potentially exploit your weaknesses?
I'd say our strengths are counter-attacking, set pieces. In pre-season, we scored a few goals with set pieces and that. We haven't been the best at scoring set pieces, since after COVID when Vieira took charge, and then obviously when Roy came back, he hasn't been our best spot. But I say on the counter, we've really improved a lot. We're scoring more goals from open play than we are from set pieces. Whereas like 4 years ago, when you got promoted back in 2019, we were scoring more goals from that set pieces than we were from open play, But we changed it around because of Eze and Elise, and that over the last few months have really stepped up. So I'd say counter-attacks our strength. I'd say our weak spot is defensively. I'd say the left-hand side where Tyreek Mitchell is, what Tyreek Mitchell plays at left-back for us. He hasn't really been the best defensively for months. A lot of teams have been taking advantage of exploiting that as our weakness, and a lot of the opposition play against us lot comes from down that left-hand side compared to the right and down the middle. We always get caught out there. Up front as well, we Eze and Elise last season were the reason why we scored a lot of goals, and Wilf as well. But going into this season, we haven't really got a prolific goal scorer. Mateta isn't good enough. We only got two goals last season. Edouard, I believe, got 6 or 7 goals last season. He's not a prolific goal scorer. He kind of plays when he wants to. We need another striker, like I said. And I think, we're not really that much of a threat down the middle. It's more on the counter from Eze's sort of play, and occasionally Jordan Ayew and that. So
no, it's good to hear there are a couple of vulnerabilities in there. I don't know how a counter-attacking style against us will work, because I'm expecting us to be out of possession in most games. But we did enjoy being a possession-based team in the Championship. So it'll be an interesting game on Saturday with that, because I would have said our strength this season will be counter-attacking as well. So is there anything about Sheffield United that, and listen, I'm conscious, mate, we may well have become a bit more of an unknown quantity because we've spent a bit of time out of the Premier League now. So I don't expect you to know us inside out at all, but is there anything that stands out? What do you see as Sheffield United's strengths, and also where do you think you can exploit us? Where do you think our weaknesses are?
I'd say your strengths are from set pieces. You've always been a good size scorer from set pieces, counter-attacking as well. I think it's going to be a very physical game. Are we going to cope with your physical pressure? I'm not too sure. I've seen us go to Burnley and that when they're in the bottom 3. No disrespect to them, it's just back when they were pretty bad in that. And then physicality from set pieces completely outdid us. We ended up drawing 3-3, whereas we should have probably won that 4-1 realistically if we didn't concede as many goals from set pieces. Defensively from set pieces over the last couple of years, we haven't been at the best. I think that's when you lot could take advantage of us potentially.
Yeah, I would agree. I think particularly we've got a big gaping hole up front now at the moment, and we're looking to resolve that hopefully. The rumours of Cameron Archer today that might be coming in, which would be unbelievable for us. But I think, set piece is going to be what does it. Something of that nature. If we're going to have any chance at getting any points on Saturdays at the moment, until we get more bodies in and reinforcements. So moving on, mate. Next question is going to be, what's your team? You're going to name your team for Saturday, not Roy's team. It might be the same as Roy's team, but it's what team you would play if you were in charge, and I'll tell you, and I'll then tell you my team.
Yeah, so in goal for me, I go with Sam Johnson, our number 1 goalkeeper. He's the only decent keeper we got since Vicente Gaitas wants to leave the club. Left back, with Mitchell being out injured, if Lewis Hall is available, I ideally would start him, but realistically, I'm not sure if we're going to sign him in time and register him. So I'd say at left back, we probably end up playing Nathaniel Klein. He's in the backs of Gay and Anderson. I think Mark Gay will be the captain as well, by the way. Right back, he's probably going to play Joel Ward, his experience, the quality.
So back 4.
Back 4, yeah. In the midfield, I'm going to go with Doucouré, brilliant centre mids, and top, one of our best players last season, hence Tawai, one player of the season. Lerma in midfield alongside him with his experience, and him on a free transfer, bar of a deal. Eze, he could play sort of like centre mid / cam. He's very versatile in the midfield, and he could dribble around, and his technical ability is too good, too good, especially in pre-season. Some of the goals he scored and plays phenomenal. He's unlike any other cam I've seen at Palace, to be fair. Left wing, I'm going to go with Schlupp. He's the only player who can kind of play that in that position, even though he's more of a centre mid. Up front, I'm probably going to go with Edouard. I think I'll play Edouard over Mateta. Hopefully Edouard steps up this season. I haven't really got any confidence in him, but if he does step up and maybe gets like 15 goals, I'd say that's a solid fair season. If he could do that, like 15 to 20 goals, it would really cheer me up as a Palace fan. We need a striker that can get 20 plus goals or even 20 goals, whatever, So, I'm pretty comfortable with him starting over Mateta by a mile. And on the right-hand side, Jordan Ayew, he brings a lot to the team, holds the ball up really well, draws a lot of players in, forcing someone to make a run on the left-hand side or down the middle. We could get our goals from there. and he works hard on that as well. Just needs to improve a bit on his finishing, but you can see why we gave him another extra year going into this season. So yeah, he's a crucial player for us. He works a lot. Probably one of our most hard-working players, and he can, on his day, he may not look like a threat, but he can cause a lot of problems if you give him the time and space.
Right, so is that like 4-2-3-1 you go in there?
Yeah, pretty much the formation we play with Eze, most likely going to be in Cam.
Okay, well, we will likely go with a 3-5-2. And it's just that's been our set formation for some years, as most people know now, but the personnel ain't really there at the minute, as not to the degree or quality that we want it anyway. So in terms of my team, and I'm going to ask our Ramblers to put their teams in as well and see whether they agree or disagree with us. But I'm going to go Wes Foderingham in goal. I personally think we need a bit of an upgrade in goal, or at least some strong competition for Wes. We ain't got much of a backup. There's no real depth there. I don't rate Adam Davis at this level. But it'll be Wes Foderingham in goal, no doubt about that. Our back three, I think, calls itself. Some might think Jack Robinson gets in at left centre-back, but for me, we've signed an upgrade in Austin Trusty, coming in from Arsenal for $5 million at left centre-back. Middle will be John Egan, and on the right will be Anel Ahmedhodzic, who you might have heard that name. Signed for us last season from Malmo, short of £5 million, and he were a real sensation in the Championship. And we don't spend a lot of money, and we haven't been doing in recent years, but he has been worth every penny. I'd probably say now, because of the departures, he's probably our best player. So yeah, Anel's probably one that you'd have to look out for, because he likes to carry the ball. He likes to get forward, a little bit of an underlap rather than the famous overlap that we were talked about previously. But he's also quite susceptible to a drag back, in terms of not a drag back on the ball, dragging his man back when his man's sort of beating him for pace and things. So maybe that's something you could exploit.
Sounds like a solid centre back.
Yeah, he's decent, but I won't fancy him marking Eze and trying to chase him back, put it that way. So, and then at right wing back, we've got George Baldock, Mr. Reliable, very consistent, and will definitely play up to Premier League level. I've no doubts about that. He did last time, and he's just really fit and sort of gets up and down, no problems all day long. The other side, the left wing back, is where you will likely be able to exploit us a little bit. We've signed a player called Yasser Larouci, who came through Liverpool youth setup, I believe, but has been playing in France, got relegated last season, and we've got him on a loan to buy. But he hasn't looked great in pre-season. So I think Max Lowe will get the nod, who isn't quite up to it, mate, to be honest. So
left wing back,
yeah, let's hope that Eze don't fancy drifting out to the right and sort of taking on our left wing back. In the middle, we're very bare at the minute. We just lost Sander, as we've talked about. I'm going Ollie Norwood in the middle.
I've heard of him.
He's known to be a good player, and he is a very good player at Championship level. I question his ability to step up to the Premier League, particularly at this point in his career, but I think he has to go in just due to our situation.
Yeah, it's a big leap, stepping up from the Championship League One. It's a big leap, and you really tell the difference with some players who are up for it and who aren't, in my opinion. So a big test for Saturday for you lot.
Yeah, it will. And we've obviously got players who've been there before, but it's a tough one. Next to him, I'm going with Vinny Souza, our new signing, who's a bit of a destroyer, and I'm hoping he can do a job on Eze and sort of break up the play, give it easy to the man next to him, which will be Anis Slimani, another new signing for us. We'll have a flat midfield three with probably Slimani a little bit more advanced, maybe Norwood with a bit of a license to drift a little bit, but Souza will likely sit and try and break up the play, particularly if you're playing with that Cam, that number 10, he'll probably sit on Eze. I think that if he's going to play him, because he's only just come in this week. And then I think up front, we're light. Ollie McBurney's injured. Brewster's only just coming back from injury. I think we'll play Willis Sula, who's come through our academy. It's a huge opportunity for him. He's very raw, but he looks like he's got a load of the right tools. He just needs a bit more composure in front of goal. And just behind him, I'm playing Benny Traore, who's another one of our new signings that's come in from we're on a real hot streak in Sweden. Scored something like 12 in 13. A 20-year-old, quick, can finish, but obviously that level, it's talk about a big jump from Championship to Prem. It's just going to be huge for him. So whether it could be great or it could be, one for the future in terms of needs more time to develop. So So yeah, we're going 3-5-2, and I think we will. I think we'll play a similar team to that, just because of lack of choice. So yeah. What's your score then, Tristan? What's your score prediction, mate?
I'm gonna be optimistic, and I'm gonna go with. We always concede away from home. I mean, last season our away record was awful. So many games I went to, we didn't score a goal, like Wolves, Villa, Forest, Brighton, shambles. Hopefully that don't happen again. So it's going to be a typical 2-1 Palace. I love my 2-1 predictions. I think we'll win it 2-1. It's gonna be a close game. I think being back in the Premier League, over 2 years, being back in the Premier League for you lot in a full stadium since 2020. That's like for over 3 years as well. You're not going to be really up for it. The atmosphere is going to be rocking at Bramall Lane like it always is, and it will take it. We're going to start off slow. I think you lot will end up going 1-0 up, and then we'll just wake up, and that will be a big, like I said, that'll be a big wake up call for us, and that and we'll just take control. Eze will do his magic. I think he'll get a goal, and I'm going to go with Edouard to get a goal. He's drew a goal, especially away from home. He hasn't scored. I can't remember the last time he scored an away goal for us, and that. So yeah, I think 2-1. What's your prediction, Jimmy?
I'm going 1 apiece. And it's me being optimistic. I'm probably talking with my heart rather than my head, mate, if I'm honest. But I think with all the factors that you've talked about, we've got the crowd behind us, first time in a long time at Premier League level. We now, because of what's gone off at the club, even in recent days, everybody is counting us out. What are Sheffield United doing? They're going straight back down. There's no chance. And that's when we're at our best. We're most dangerous when we're seen as an underdog, and I think we will come out fighting and with a point to prove. Whether we've got the quality, whether we've got the quality to hammer that home, but I certainly think the desire and determination will be there. So I'm hoping for a 1-1. I'll be very happy with a draw, just considering current state we're in. I'll be honest, we saw this as a winnable game when it first came out, but losing our 2 best players, I think we've got to respect you for the quality side. And the players such as Eze that you've got that can really be the difference, can't they? So
Palace up over the years away from home. I remember we did it at Forest last season. If we don't work hard and you lot are up for it and you're working your socks off, running around that pitch for 90 minutes straight, non-stop, you lot will beat us. I know I said we'll win 2-1, but if we're not up for it, if you lot are working your socks off and we ain't matching that and working hard, it's going to be a long afternoon for us, and I could see us losing it. I do think we'll win deep down, but this is from experience of last season being a Palace fan and watching this away from home over the last couple of years recently, and that, when we go a goal down, if we're not working hard, that's never a good thing. So yeah, I'm always sort of afraid of that and wary of that as a Palace supporter with previous experience.
Love that, mate.
As much as I hate to admit
it. Because one thing we will do is work. So we will graft for the 90 minutes. I've no doubt about that, particularly with all adversity we're facing at the minute. Yeah, and it's just, we've got to hope now that you don't match our levels in that regard in terms of drafting. I was looking at head-to-heads before we came on, and when Palace have played United, whether it's been at Bramall Lane or Sellers Park, we've played 57 times against each other in competitive games.
Yeah.
United have won 22, Palace have won 23, and there's 12 draws. So very, very even, and we're due a win by the looks of that to me. So that evens everything up, doesn't it? So,
I think
I'll be happy
the
with
last time we lost to you, was at Sellers Park when my keeper scored an own goal. Yeah, we've had some good moments though with Eze, with his running and dribbling and scoring. Never forget them.
You have the game that I was going to try and not mention it, but Blades fans will be shivering and shuddering when I talk about it, but David Hopkin, I mean, you may not remember that, mate. You may be too young for that, but I were there when David Hopkin curled that last-minute goal into the top corner, and you beat us 1-0. It was just, Anyway, moving swiftly on. It still hurts even after all this time. But thank you for coming on today, mate. Anyway, I really appreciate it. We're going to wrap up by saying, where do you think Palace will finish? And then where do you think Sheffield United will finish? And you can give me an honest answer. I won't be offended.
Yeah, I think we'll finish 13th. Like I've been saying, I've got my Premier prediction video, which should be out tomorrow, maybe next week. But I've been saying that we signed like a couple of weeks ago. We were in the mud. I thought we'd be relegated. We decided that the squad was good enough. Now we got France and Lewis Hall, obviously Lerma and that in the team. Eze looks like he's playing well. I'm more confident of us surviving and staying up. And if we do add more players, we could challenge for top 10, challenge for a cup competition. I think 13 is realistic and fair enough, to be fair, but I want the proudest players to prove me wrong. And a lot of people said we're going to finish 13th, and I completely agree.
It depends, I suppose, who you getting over next few weeks. If you have a good end to the window, then it might look a bit more optimistic for you finishing top 10. But yeah. So where do you think United will finish?
I'm going to be honest, you're going to be upset with me. I think you're going to finish bottom of the table. The Die and Sander Berg going. I saw them two go, and I'm like, who they replaced them with? I've never heard of any of the other players. I'll be honest, And I think them two are quality. Them two players were the main reason why you got promoted instantly. You weren't faffing around in the playoffs. You got promoted up with Burnley quick because of them two players mainly. They were your star players. If I was you, I mean, I'm assuming a lot of Blades fans are definitely disappointed with the sell to promotion rivals Burnley of Sander Berg. I mean, he was a top player. I remember when you signed him, he made his debut against us back in the 1st of February 2020. He was really good, really composed, really solid. He was a key player back then. I was there. Terrible day to be a Palace supporter, but I mean, I thought you lot were really going to come up, spend a lot of money with the parachute payment. You kind of been disappointed in that, to be fair, and I feel bad for you lot because you lot were just. I thought you lot generally would actually do well, and then the fact you sell your two best players is just a bit kind of bad, to be fair. Bad business, from your board and that.
Well, I'm so pleased I invited you on, Tristan, and thanks for giving us an uplifting summary of how we're going to go this season. Listen, mate, you are not alone in thinking that, and there'll be some of our fans that probably think like that at the minute as well, just because of the old mood around the place. And the other side of coin to that is we thrive under that sort of people writing us off, and that will be people that come to Bramall Lane and think they're going to have an easy game. And I know you don't think that personally, but I think teams may do that and think, oh, well, these are, all the best two lads. How are they going to threaten us? I think they'll be in for a surprise. So fingers crossed that's the case anyway. Maybe that's my heart ruling head again. So, anyway, mate, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Best of luck with the channel and best of luck with the season after Saturday. All right.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Soon, pal. See you later.
Pal. See you. Cheers.
There we have it, Blades. Thank you to Tristan from CPFC Vlogs for coming on. That's our first match preview. I hope you've enjoyed it. I actually feel a little bit more confident after speaking to him, despite what he said at the end. But I think that's going to be how a lot of teams. He'll be the first of many to write us off. And like I said, I think we'll thrive under that sort of label of being very easy to beat. And they're going to finish bottom of the table. They're showing no ambition. And like I say, a lot of our fans may think the same at the minute, but you could tell by the way he sort of talked about their team's strengths and weaknesses that it's not a foregone conclusion, this. He's worried about their work rate. If we outwork them, he thinks we'll get a result, as you've heard. They're vulnerable potentially down the left-hand side, which I think is where we're strongest on the attack. He thought their main threat was a counter-attack, which for me, even though we're going to be at home, I don't think we'll have a lot of possession this season. But if they do allow us possession because they want to play on the counter, then I think we're strong in possession and we can create chances. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think. Let me know your team. Is it different to mine? I don't think we'll have much of a difference this time, just due to lack of options, if I'm honest. But I've enjoyed this, and we'll see how it goes with future match previews. Got another one lined up for the Forest game. So let me know what you think. Thank you for your support. If you're not already subscribed and you enjoy the content, please do subscribe. Like the video, get your comments in. Try and reply to every single comment, although that's getting a little bit more difficult now that we're rolling on and getting more and more subscribers. But I will do my absolute best. Come on, you red and white wizards. We're back. Up the Blades. Ramble on!